Let's now take a look at the connections on the control panel. After we have completed installation, the self-learning process control panel appears as a standby state. We can connect our selector here on the delicate terminal block starting from the top. Let's remember that our selector has a bidirectional communication system, so 4 wires are sufficient. Communication being a minus 24 plus 24. It's very important to respect the power supply polarities. So, note the minus 24 and the plus 24. The encoder is already pre-wired from the factory. In our terminal block on the left, we will find the break, which is the break output, the secondary output, NO, which is used to work in interlock in case of 2 doors or in case we need a NO or NC contact for an indicative signal of the door in motion, or not, then we have a test signal. For door operation, the 24 input, this is a 24 AC coming from the transformer. The input for battery connection, positive and negative, are important to respect, of course, and then the motor input. A small observation to make: if the door has the reverse connection, what does it mean? In this case, we have an opening to the right. The door is closed on the left and we need to go to the right to change the direction of the door opening. It will always be sufficient to intervene. Without power, swap the 2 motor wires and the encoder signals. Please note that in additional information, the encoder signals only B and A are meant. The encoder power supply plus and minus must always remain in the same position. Only the communication signals B and A and motor wires will be swapped. Point U will have the reverse opening. Now let's take a look at the connection of our radars. Our radar with presence detector, which is this one, will come with our 4 wires. Our 4 wires will have power supply, so plus 24 minus 24, and they will have the signal. The signal has 2 wires. Let's see in detail where to connect it. In the control unit, we have a plus 24 here, so a positive power supply, and we will use the common as negative. In our control unit, we have the negatives on 27 and 28. These 2 commons will be used for the connection of the signal and for the negative power supply. So we will connect the radar in this way: plus 24 for power supply, 27 or 28 for negative power supply, internal radar contact or external radar, depending on the installation position, either inside the structure or outside, and common for the contact, which we will return to 27 or to 28. Then we will connect our radar instead. The dual technology radar. Our dual technology radar obviously has a higher number of cables. We will connect 6 of these cables. Why 6? Because 2 will always have power supply. We will take the plus 24 for the positive and one of the commons for the negative. Then we will connect the other common of the signal to one of the commons, 27 or 28, and we will connect the internal radar, external radar based on the position. Normally, the dual technology radar is mounted on the door side, even on the aluminum casing of the door itself, because generally this is a distance that is standardized for, such as the adjustment and correct use of the radar itself. After that, we will also connect the photocell contact that is present on this dual technology radar. So the common of the photocell contact always on 27 or 28, and we will open the bridge dedicated to the photocell so we will only remove this terminal and insert our NC contact wire that comes from the dual technology radar. At this point, we have a standard connection system with dual technology radar, thus detection of present a narrow beam for the photocells, and we will have the classic opening radar for standard opening from the outside. Additionally, we have the connection of the selector, which gives us many stages of door usage: door open, door close, entry only, exit only, partial opening or obviously standard opening or obviously standard opening. Let's briefly explain what the settings of open, close, in or out mean. Out means exit only. One of the two radars is activated while the other does not read in such a way that someone who wants to set door to exit only from inside will have the door open to exit. It will not open as they are outside. Enter is exactly the opposite. It is enabled, but not the exit one. Door open and remain that way until a new. At the opening stage till the new command is given. Door closed, door remains closed. New command given. Partial opening, on the other hand, means that we can set an opening percentage from 30 to 90%. This is generally used during periods, or particularly hot summer periods, or in opposite cold winter periods have a more manageable heat. Now let's see how we can modify our parameters if our standard door is not working well, because we need to make some adjustments to the four settings. We need to change our closing parameters. Automatically, we need to change our working times, accelerations, decelerations. We can work directly on the software with our parameters. Now we will see how. Let's briefly explain the two types of menus we have. As we can see from the instructions that we will have available, our automatic doors have two types of parameter menus. 3000, 6000, in 3000 we will have adjustment of the type of door from 1 to 5, which will vary the weight and capacity. This will necessary because the software will be set for that type of weight of the automation itself. Then we have the automatic closing time. The automatic closing time with key command, automatic closing time after partial opening function. With battery, test photo, the secondary output. How to set it: partial opening space, manual override. Resetting the cycle counter, maintenance alarm, and stop end. Opening and test run. Now I'll show you briefly how to change a parameter. For example, the 3000, so we need to go to parameter 3000. Here we have our three buttons: up, enter, down. With enter we will select the 3000. With P1, P2, P3, P4, the digits to enter the range 3000 or 6000. Once this is done, we will find ourselves on parameters 1, 2, 3, 4. We will scroll through. I'll show you practically. P1 we will enter the number 3, P2 we leave the 0. As is, P3 we leave the 0, P4 we leave the 0, meaning we have entered 3000. Now on the parameter 1 we have the door weight to adjust. As you can see, it is flashing, and we can modify it when we have reached our ideal parameter. For example, to enter, we move to the second range, which is flashing is still 2, because it is the automatic closing time set by default to 2. We go to the third parameter, which is the automatic closing in the working phase, partial. Then we go to parameter 4, parameter 5. As you can see, it scrolls and it shows us in parameter what the default is. Parameter 7, parameter 8, for example, percentage of Partial opening we can modify as we like. As we mentioned in the working range, we scroll further. To 9, we scroll to parameter 10, 11, 12. 13. 13 is the last parameter of the 3000, so once you reach the end it will stop at RD, which means it reads those parameters and learns and returns to standby mode with the learned parameters. Obviously, the exact same process applies to 6000. Let's do a small example. P1 we enter the number 6. P2 remains exactly 0. P3 remains 0. P4 remains 0. Parameter 1 of the 6000. Motor opening force in. Opening. Here we find the number 6, for example, which is the force that during the amperometric detection of learning it's set as the correct force. Once this is done, we scroll through all the other parameters until we reach the last one, and we are in RD and return to standard mode. Otherwise, if we leave it for 6 to 7 seconds without touching it exits from programming, as we will see shortly, and will return. Always stand by.